Alright, good morning. It is January 11th, 2021. Today I'll be working through Drawabox's dissection homework exercise. We need to create 2 pages of dissections of textures that we see from analysis. So I've already got my mood board set up and my camera set up for 2 pages. It's about 4 logs, and let's see where we can go from here. Okay. So I think the first thing I'll look at is a beetle here. First reference is this scarab beetle shell that I found on the outside. Darken up that edge since it's away. And then on the inside I think I'll put kiwi seeds. Just making deliberate marks here. I avoided doing this for a couple of days because I was stressed out about starting a new job, which I'm supposed to be starting today, but I don't have the equipment yet, so in order to soothe, I'll go back to drawing. Kiwis have lines that separate where their seeds are, and I'm trying to put that on here. So as you can see, it kind of looks like a watermelon here because my camera's pretty fuzzy still, but that's okay. Just keep going. Back to reference. I guess I'll this is some fuzz I see on another kiwi. Inside here, I guess I'll try and put some honeycomb. I think I see some shadows in a honeycomb that I have. One of the things I find hardest about doing the Drawabox is that I keep losing focus. And the reason I lose focus is because I'm precariously employed. So I guess that adds to my communication deficits. Or, no. Just try and draw. What else can I find here? Let me try and find another. What other images do I have here? Let's maximize this. Ah, no. No, I want pure ref maximized. Still recording? Yeah, it's still recording as I draw, so if I do, I think I have some grass here. Try and make the grass here, I'll just try and draw some negative space. It's a bit harder, but I think what kind of turns me off from getting better at art is when I hit things like points like this where I actually have to slow down and pay attention. My mind is so used to instant gratification that to slow down and actually pay attention to do something is everything in my being is trying to fight it right now, but I had to keep telling myself that this is an important thing to do. Try and get some blades here. I don't even know what I'm doing, because and then for the inside of this one, there's some I have an up close-up of muscle tissue, like for a bicep or something. I'm just going to try and put through here while I can. So this was beetle shell. And I really should, and if the quality of my videos is always going to be like this, I really should start doing this with Clip Studio Paint, but I still haven't touched the digitizer. But for now, just focus on one day at a time and talk to myself, because nobody's seen this yet, and that's okay. For now, it's just to do this for me. Even now when I'm doing this, I want to rush through and just get it done, because everything in my brain is saying this isn't fun for some reason, and I need to get past that. Okay. Let's see, I have some wood here. patterns. Looks kind of, the wooden pattern looks kind of wrong because I didn't have it follow its shape. And the thing is too, I can't draw from imagination either. I had to observe and put down what I see. But it's much harder just using black and whites because I had to use shadow to show something as 3D, but you can't really tell with this lens here, so that's a problem. I know this looks wrong, but that's okay, that's how we get better. Last year I said in 90 days I want to at least get my foundations down in this, and making these marks in pens, making these marks, being deliberate, that's necessary to get better. I think part of the reason I always start and stopped with my art is that I romanticized how it's supposed to be or how it's going to look, but I never actually do, and that throws me off. Because I'm in that trap with a lot of people of, I want to do something, but it's putting in the work and making the plan for it. That's the really hard part, and just putting it on paper. So even though it doesn't feel like much, this is the closest I've come to an accomplishment to doing it and recording it and showing people for later. I think it's kind of evident that I don't like talking, or at least should be focusing on drawing instead of talking. God. And this is supposed to be more honeycomb, so for this last texture I'll pull something random so I can get to the next page sooner or later. So. Trying a brick pattern now on the outside. I'm doing these curves to kind of help me keep it inside. Something else I have to worry about when doing these is learning to ignore the voice in your head, the voice in my brain that's trying to say, this looks wrong, you should stop, this doesn't look right. It's overcoming that is one of the bigger hurdles for me. Because, and you can see it take over, because like in these, and you're seeing it take over in these last ones. Yeah. God. You're just seeing it take, and you're seeing it take over because I'm rushing through, because my brain's saying you really shouldn't be doing this right now, but that's it. It's not the best. I'm not even gonna bother on the inside here. I'll just move to the next one because I really want to move on, because I've been avoiding doing this for weeks, but I'll still have to practice it again. So here's the next one that I'm doing. Look for a quick picture of stone or something. Try these stones. Yeah, let's try this. Might help if I put on some background music, but then again, if I put this up, it might get copyright stricken because everything's more, I don't know, pays money. I think this one's here supposed to be rocks, but so rocks. This is even recording. Yes, it is. What I want on the inside. No, stop opening. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, it's just my computer is very sensitive when I put things in. And it keeps opening up. And it also sucks when I do things like this because you have the imposter syndrome come up, even though you're just trying to do this for fun. You're looking at it and you're judging what you have, even though you're just trying to tell yourself you're just learning. But so many of us are conditioned to just give up when we start hitting that roadblock. Knowing that I have that roadblock, what causes it, kind of helps too. Because it's just your mind trying to say, stop. This is painful, but what actually it is this is new and I'm not familiar with it and I don't know if I'm good at it or not. So, the more marks I put on the page, the less and less that doubt and voice comes out. Even when I'm looking at it, I'm still trying to judge. But that's getting out of that right brain. That's getting out of that left brain thinking of trying to order something like rocks. This was like a ceiling here. It's weird. I want to dedicate the next 90 days to getting better at art. And I'm on day 11 and I'm only now putting things on, but that's okay. Less talking, more drawing. I'm gonna increase my Pomodoros to like half an hour now. So this kind of looks like anastomoses of a leaf. It's the break off and branches of everything that I see. And all these have bigger takeaways. Like I think I'd take up and do as many things as I can because self-esteem issues, most definitely. I'm 30 years old, I only have a high school education. I've out of 120 college and university credits, but nothing to show for it, so that doesn't help. So it doesn't help that the jobs I've had were very crushing and damaging to my ego. Even though ego isn't something you should have or should guide you, I was living out of it for so long because we're socialized to not like ourselves, especially so if you happen to look like me. we're not supposed to have anything, we're just supposed to exist for other people, and I don't want that anymore. Not if it makes me unhappy. So I guess by drawing and doing things like that, it's a way to reclaim myself. As I've said earlier videos, maybe as I learn to edit, learn to write, learn to draw and make these marks, learn to talk to myself in solitude, things will get easier for me. Well, no. Fuck. Can't even spell leaf. Brick wall. Where else am I at? 3 minutes until this Pomodoro is over. Try and put some stonework in here, I guess. Porous stone. Leaf anastomoses. Anastomoses. There we go. It's weird having my first contract work from home, and yet I don't even have the equipment or anything sent out yet, so maybe that's what they're using the first 2 weeks for. Make sure everybody gets their stuff. I don't know. And that was the half an hour. I think I'll just pause for now, and I'll come back in the next 5 minutes and probably finish this again.